it's working.
Which pile would you like to have on top?
I would like the middle on top, please.
Middle on top. On top of this one or the other?
As you choose.
All right.
Okay, Joost. So have a nice match. Good luck. Have fun.
Yep, you guys
And
are live.
thank you for streaming.
Sure thing. Yep, looks like everything's good to go. If
Yeah.
anything crazy pops up, I'll let you know, but otherwise, good luck. And talk to you at the end of the first game.
Yeah, enjoy the ride.
Okay. Okay, for you, which one should go on top? Which cut?
The left one on your side.
This one?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will do like that and draw 7 cards.
All right.
Seven. Okay, that's a mulligan for me.
All right.
Oops.
I'll keep this one.
You'll keep.
Yes, please.
Should I change anything about my camera settings or the microphone? Do you hear me well? Do you see me well?
I can hear you well.
Okay.
Just if there's anything, feel free to interrupt.
Sure. Okay, so you use dice for your live count. I will just also track it with the app, and then we are like double safe.
Yes, I will track my own life because well, yours either matters a lot or not a lot at all.
Yeah,
And we'll see how it goes.
sure.
I've got a mini dice for your life.
Okay. So that's another split. Which one this time?
Middle one is fine.
The middle one. Seven. I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will keep.
Okay.
I will put 1 card on the bottom of my library.
All right. Have
And
a
I
good.
would start. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Have fun.
Okay. You too. That's a swamp,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Cabal Therapy.
What would you like to name?
Fluctuator.
Fluctuator. I've got a blasted landscape, another one, a fluted mire, a remote isle, sandbar serpent, barkhide mauler, and a pendril drake.
Okay, so only I'm sorry, I can't really see your cards, and I don't know them. So is it only
I will
like
keep them open.
just lands or what?
It's 2 lands that provide a color that come into play tapped, and then there's 2 lands that come into play untapped and provide colorless mana.
Okay.
And 3 creatures that all cycle for 2.
Okay, 4 lands, 3 creatures.
Yes. I'll keep them open for clarity's sake.
Okay, thank you. And you may go.
Alright. I'll draw a card and play a Polluted Mire, and then pass the turn.
Untap, draw. That's a swamp, and you go.
Alright, I'll untap, draw for turn. It's quite a good top deck actually. I'll play Blasted Landscape. I would like to cast Fluctuator.
Okay.
And I would like to cycle,
Sure.
draw, cycle, draw, cycle, draw. I'll keep 2 piles, 1 for creatures, 1 for lands,
Sure.
so that we can do the math a bit easier. Right, so no more known cards. Cycle Centaur Serpent, Bloated Toad, Abomination, Polluted Mire, another Polluted Mire, Slippery Karst, a Pendle Drake, Wild Dogs, Escapee, Remote Isle, Smoldering Crater, Bloated Toad, Blasted Landscape, Pendle Drake, Bloated Toad, Darkwatch Elves, Wild Dogs, Black-Eyed Mauler, Escapee, Wild Dogs, Blasted Landscape, Escapee, Mauler, Kenai Aven. 1 second, I will count the amount of creatures.
Yep.
So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22.
Sure.
I would like to cast Lotus Petal,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice it for 1 black mana, cast Songs of the Damned for 22 black mana,
Yeah.
then Haunting Misery for 22 damage, exiling 22 creatures.
Sure. So let's board.
Yes.
I think I played Fluctuator against Fluctuator last month, and woo, wasn't that fast. That's
Sorry,
crazy.
it wasn't.
I was not expecting it to just go off.
Neither was I. Sometimes it just happens.
So you drew the Fluctuator second turn, is that right?
Yes, it was the second card from top.
Okay.
You guys got 21 viewers.
Nice.
Okay. So that was quick.
Yeah, I got a bit lucky on the sequencing of the draws. Because there was the chance that I would draw my Fluctuators before I would draw my Field Condition. And then I could be short on creatures. But I got lucky there. So I'm assuming you would like to play again first?
Yes.
All right.
I was thinking my play set of stabilizers was going to be good against Fluctuator, but you cut it up before I could have had it on board. It's like,
I didn't actually think that you would keep a hand that does not have a fluctuator on it. So I was surprised that my Cabal therapy did not hit target.
I mean, with the amount of discard spells that you're running, you're bound to mulligan to it. So, yeah, I think it's probably the best strategy because that will leave me with 4 possible fluctuators instead of just 1 or 2 if I have them in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Okay, the middle one on top, please.
middle one on top. On top of this one or the other one?
Like you choose.
All right.
it's like when I play Oath or something, I try not to have that as in my hand the first turn. The discard will hit it. Try to keep it like a tutor or something.
Middle one on top is fine.
Sure. Okay.
Good luck again.
Let's see how it goes now. That's 7.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to keep and start. Are you ready?
I will mulligan.
Okay.
Which one would you like on top?
The middle one again.
Middle one again? All right. I will put 1 card on bottom,
Sure.
and then it's your turn.
I'll start.
Yes.
That's a Swan. And that's Duress.
All right. I've got some lands and some creatures. It's Barkhide Mauler, Pendle Drake, Centaur Serpent, Remote Isle, Smoldering Crater, and a Blasted Landscape.
Okay.
So Duress misses.
3 creatures.
Yes.
Okay. You go.
All right. I'll drop a turn. And I'll play the Remote Isle and pass the turn.
One quick thing, Juice, is there any way you can, like, the light coming in on your right, is there any way to limit that? Because a lot of your cards, the sleeve is causing a lot of reflection.
Is this making a difference at all?
Made it, yeah, this is a little bit better.
It's a little bit better? All right. Okay, so I play the land and pass the turn.
Okay. This is one of the lands that were on your starting hand.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Untap, draw. Lanova Wastes and Cabal Therapy.
Okay.
Resolves.
It resolves. Yes.
Fluctuator.
Fluctuator. It's a miss. I drew Darkwatch Elves.
What? Darkwitch Elves?
Darkwatch Elves. It's a 2/2 protection from black creature that cycles for 2.
Okay. So you go.
All right. So I'll play a Blasted Landscape and then pass the turn.
Untap, draw. Um, the rest.
I drew another creature.
Okay. You go.
End of turn, I would like to cycle a creature
Yeah.
and draw. Untap, draw for turn. I'll cast a Lotus Petal. And I will play Slippery Karst. So there's no unknown cards in hand anymore. Then I will pass the turn back to you.
That is a land again that you played.
Yes, it's a green, the green one that comes into play tapped, cycles for 2.
Sure. Untap, draw. That's Mishra's Factory.
Okay.
And you go.
End of turn, I would like to cycle. I'll cycle the Centaur Serpent. Draw. And then take my turn.
Yeah.
Draw for turn. I'll play the Smoldering Crater. And pass the turn back to you.
Draw. I would like to cast Cabal Therapy.
Okay. What would you like to name?
I would like to name Haunting Misery.
I've got a Remote Isle and a Centaur Serpent.
Sorry, I cannot see the lands and sometimes I don't understand you. So what did you draw?
I've got another. Let's see if it's another blue land.
Okay, a blue land and
I draw Centaur Serpent.
what is that?
It's 3/4/5 mana. That cycles for 2.
Okay. Then I would like to activate Mishra's Factory and move to combat, declare it as an attacker.
I will take 2 damage.
So you're on 18 and I pass the turn.
At the end of the turn, I would like to cycle the Centaur Serpent.
Yeah.
Draw. And then untap, draw for turn.
Yeah.
I will cast Pendle Drake, which is a 2/3 flyer for 4 mana, one of which is blue. And pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, draw. I would like to cast a Treetop Village, play a Treetop Village tapped. And I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap, draw a card. Then I'd like to go to combat.
Sure.
Attack for 2 in the air.
Take 2 damage.
All right. We're both at 18. And I'd like to cast Dark Forge Elves, which is a 2/2 protection from black creature.
Yeah.
Then there are 5 cards in hand. 2 of which you know, 3 of which you don't know. And I'll play the remote isle from my hand.
Okay.
Pass the turn back to you.
Untap. Draw. I'm thinking. That's a Wall of Blossoms.
Okay,
I draw a card.
sure.
I sacrifice the Wall of Blossoms for a flashback of Cabal Therapy.
Yes, that resolves.
I name Haunting Misery again.
I've got the white cycling land, the green cycling land, and the wild dogs. And the Barkhide model you knew of.
What is that? Wild Dogs?
Wild dogs. It's a 2/1 for 1 green. That cycles for 2, and it has the text: during your upkeep, if a player has more life total than any other, that player gains control of wild dogs.
Okay. So I will then play City of Brass.
Okay.
And take 2
Okay.
for Yavimaya Elder.
So when it dies, you can search for 2 basic land cards.
Exactly, 2 basic lands. And also I can sacrifice it for 2 mana and draw a card.
All right. Okay.
Here you go.
I'll untap. Draw a card for turn. I'd like to attack for 2 in the air. So you're down to 14.
Yes.
Then I'd like to cast Kenai Event. It's basically Basically the same creature, except for the creature type. It's a 2/3 flying for 4 mana.
Okay.
And then I'll play the Drifting Meadow and pass the turn back to you.
Untap. Draw. I'm sorry, like your picture is completely blurry. I cannot recognize any card. What's the converted mana cost of the creatures you have on the board?
These two are both 4 mana, and the Dark Witch Elves is 3 mana.
Okay. And power and toughness?
These two are both 2/3, and the Elf is 2/2 and has protection from black.
Okay.
These two both fly.
Okay, I would like to attack.
I'll block with the 2/3 flyer.
Okay, before damage, I sack.
Okay.
Now, first I get 2 basic lands, then I draw a card.
Sure.
That's a forest. And a swamp. Now I shuffle. Which card?
Your left, please.
Which one?
The one that's on the left for you.
On the left. So I took the 2 basic lands to my hand and now I draw for the elder.
Yep.
You have how many cards in hand?
These 3. The Wild
And
Dog.
I know them all. They are like 3 creatures that cycle.
There's 2 creatures that cycle and 1 land that cycles.
Okay. So I would like to play a forest and that's a pernicious deed.
You're going to play Pernicious Deed? So you take 1 from the waste? It seems like your screen froze.
I think it's back.
Joost, are you still there?
Sorry, is your screen? It seems like your screen froze. So you're going to tap a forest, the what's it called? The Treetop Village and Llanowar Wastes for Pernicious Deed. So you can go down to.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. So you're at 13 life right now. And
Sorry?
then you lose a life from the waste.
You're right.
All right.
I'm down to 13 and you go.
End of turn, I would like to cycle. Sacrifice Lotus Petal. Cycle the Wild Dogs. Draw for the cycle and then take my turn. I'll untap. Draw for turn. And then I would like to go to combat.
Yeah.
Attacking for 6. So you're down to 7. And then there's 4 cards in my hand, and I would like to pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. That's the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking. So the highest converted mana cost of your creatures was 4, right?
Correct, yeah.
How many creatures are in your graveyard right now?
There's 4 creatures in my graveyard. There's Wild Dogs, Kenai Aven, Sandbar Serpent, and another Sandbar Serpent.
Okay. So I will activate Treetop Village and attack.
No blocks. We go down to 15.
And pass the turn.
End of turn, I would like to cycle Slippery Karst. Draw a card. I would like to cycle Blasted Landscape. Draw a card. And then I would also like to cycle Bloated Toad. Draw a card. And then I'll take my turn. Draw a card for the turn. And I would like to go to combat.
Yeah.
Attack for 4 in the air.
4 in the air.
Yeah.
Did you say 4 in the air?
4, yes, 4.
Okay, I go down to 3.
Okay. Then I would like to play Polluted Mire. And let's see. I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw. That's Llanowar Wastes.
Okay.
How many creatures are in your graveyard now?
There's 5. So there's Kenai Aven, 2 Sandbar Serpents, a Wild Dog, and a Bloated Toad.
Sorry, I don't understand you. Like the audio quality is very bad. Just tell me the number, please.
It's 5.
5. Okay. I will cast a Ravenous Baloth
Okay.
and pass the turn.
All right. At the end of the turn, I would like to cycle Blasted Landscape.
Yeah.
Draw a card. I'll also cycle Darkwatch Elves. Draw a card. Then I'll cycle another Blasted Landscape. Draw one more. And then untap. And draw for turn. I would like to move to combat. I'll attack for 4 in the air.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay. In response, I will sacrifice the Pernicious Deed for 4.
Okay, so you go down to 2 from the city. Resolves.
I sacrifice the Baloth to gain 4 lives.
Okay. So you're at 6, I'm at 15. Then in my second main phase, I would like to cast the Barkhide Mauler, which is a 4/4 for 5 mana.
Okay, that's a creature. What's the power and toughness?
It's 4/4.
Yeah.
The mana cost is 5, and it cycles for 2.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I really don't understand a word you say. It's a creature for 4/4, and it's 5 mana, and does it have any abilities?
It cycles. So that's all. It just cycles for 2.
It cycles for 2. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Then I would like to pass the turn.
Okay. Draw.
Okay.
How many cards in hand?
4.
4 or 5?
4.
I would like to cast Cabal Therapy.
That resolves.
I would like to say Haunting Misery.
I've got 4 creatures. Two more Barkhide Maulers, the Darkwatch Elves, and the Wild Dogs.
Oh my god, you only drew creatures, right?
Yeah, correct.
Can you tell me again how many creatures are in your graveyard now?
There's 9 right now.
10 in the graveyard?
9. There's 9.
9 in the graveyard.
9. Yes, correct.
That's a pernicious deed.
Okay.
Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, that's a pernicious deed, and I would like to pass the turn.
All right. End of turn. I would like to cycle. And then untap and draw for turn. I would like to go to combat.
Sure.
Attack for 4.
Activate the factory and jump block.
All right. So there's 3 damage on my mother, which will survive.
Yeah. Vishwa factory die.
Yeah. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands, right?
Yeah, correct. Two are available to me.
Yes, and there's 3 cards in your hand.
Correct.
All right. I'll pass the turn back to you.
Untap, draw. Please tell me again the cards in your hand that I know about.
It's Darkwatch Elves.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 more Barkhide Maulers.
Okay.
And 2 cards that are unknown.
Okay, I have to think. I take a damage for green mana.
Okay.
And cast the Yavimaya Elder.
Okay. That resolves.
And I pass the turn.
Okay, at the end of turn, I would like to cycle Wild Dogs. Draw. I would like to cycle Darkwatch Elves.
Yeah.
Draw. And then I untap from return. I'll draw for turn.
Sure.
And I would like to attack for 4.
Okay, I would like to block with the Elder.
Okay.
And before damage, I sacrifice it for to draw a card.
All right. That results.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't hear a word you say.
Let's see if I can change this little bit.
Okay, so I get out 2 basic lands.
Is the sound better right now? Is this improving or
No, rather worse actually.
worse?
Yeah, it
Is
was.
it getting better this way?
That's good. I haven't had any complaints.
That's good.
People watching, but yeah, it sounds good to me in the audience.
All right. Okay.
Okay, then it must be my Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so I got out the two basic lands. I shuffled. Now you can tell me the cut.
The right one on top, please.
The right
You're
one?
right. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. And draw for the elder.
How many cards in hand?
I drew for the elder.
Yes. How many cards do you have in hand right now?
How many cards?
Yes.
It's 6 cards. 3
Okay.
and 3.
Thanks. Okay. I would like to cast Fluctuator.
I will sack Pernicious Deed for 2, take a damage from the city.
So you're at 4. I would like to respond to that, please. I'll cycle a Barkhide Mauler. Draw. I'll cycle Escapee. Draw. Cycle Meyer. Draw. Cycle Isle. Draw. Cycle Serpent. Cycle Karst. Let's see. And then Fluctuated Dice. So there's no more mana, right? And 6 cards in hand.
Me?
Yes. I'll play a
Sorry.
basic swamp.
What did you say? I didn't understand.
I'm thinking out loud. So there's no more mana available to you. And
Yeah, correct.
You've got 6 cards in hand.
And I have 6 cards in hand.
All right. I'll play basic swamp. And then I would like to cast another Fluctuator.
Okay.
And cycle Barkhide Mauler.
Yeah.
Draw. Cycle Bloated Toad. Draw. Darkwatch Elves. Haven. Another one. Bloated Toad. Let's see. I'll cycle Slippery Karst. Centaur Serpent. Pendrel Drake. Let me count the amount of cards in my deck. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards left. I would like to pass the turn back to you.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I will play a forest.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to play Haunting Echoes.
Haunting Echoes. Can you remind me again what it does?
Remove all cards in target's player's graveyard other than basic land cards from the game. Search that player's library for all cards with the same name as cards removed this way and remove them from the game.
It's just library, correct?
Then that player shuffles his or her library.
Okay. Sure, resolves.
Okay.
So there's Haunting Misery left. I'll group these. So there's Fluctuators, Living Death. All right, so there's Pendrel Drakes. I'll group these a little bit. So there's four Kenai agents here, which will,
Okay.
I'll remove these. There's 4 Centaur Serpent. I've got 3 blooded toads here, so there must be one in the library, which I'll remove. So there's the blooded toads, 4 of them. Then there's 4 Dark Witch Elves. There's 3 wild dogs, including one in the library. I'll remove those. So there's 2 Bark-eyed Maulers here. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. I'll remove the Bark-eyed Maulers. Then there's the Pendrel Drakes. There's 1 more in the library here. And no more. So I'll remove 3 of these from the game. There's a Primarch Escapee in my graveyard. And there's 1 more in the library. So I'll remove these 2.
Mm-hmm.
Does this also take non-basic lands?
Other than remove all cards in target player's graveyard other than basic lands.
All right. So there's also Slippery Karst Fluctuators. Final 3. There's the Slippery Karst. Let's see. Lotus Petal gets exiled from my graveyard. And then there's another Remote Isle in my library. There is a Polluted Mire here, including 2 in my library, which I'll remove. No Drifting Meadow, so I'll keep 5 cards in my library and exile the rest.
Okay.
So what's left is Nullrod, the Twisted Abomination, Living Death, Drifting Meadow, and Haunting Misery.
Okay, now you shuffle your library.
I will. And then you've got 3 mana left, right?
Yes, 3 mana left.
All right. Which would you like to have on top? Let's see if I can do this a bit better.
The middle one.
Middle one. All right.
Okay. And then I will pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap. And the cards that are left is what's it called? Treetop Village.
That's the Treetop Village untapped. That's Lanova Waste untapped, and the City of Brass untapped.
Correct. So I'll draw for turn. There's
Sure.
4 cards left. And I would like to attack for 4.
Okay, I will activate the Treetop Village, take a damage from City of Brass, and block.
Okay. So the village dies.
Sure.
Then I would like to cycle Pendrel Drake. Draw a card. I would like to cycle Bark-eyed Mauler. Draw a card. Let's see. I'll cast Nullrod.
Okay.
I'll cycle Drifting Meadow. Oh wait, I don't have to actually pay. Draw a card. 1 card left. Then I'll cycle Twisted Abomination. No cards left. And then I would like to cast Songs of the Damned for 3 black mana, because there are 3 creatures in my graveyard. And then cast Haunting Misery for 3 damage on you.
Okay. I have 3 live, so
Yeah.
that's lethal.
Thanks for the games.
Joost, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks a lot for the games.
Okay. Thank you too.
Woo! That's insane.
Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye.
too.
See ya. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That had everybody on their feet.
It's been intense.
Yeah, I was wondering how bad Haunting Echoes was going to do, but it didn't clip the cards it needed to. I've had that happen.
No, I was very careful to keep enough creatures in my hand so they would survive one.
Yep.
And actually, this helped me to set up guaranteed kill next turn because of the way he tapped his mana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Else it would be one up.
Viewers were wondering if he had the ability to activate the treetop, but he definitely had that covered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He basically made your deck into Doomsday.
Correct.
He's like, here's 5 cards. I think I sent my stabilizers. I think my stabilizers are with the artist's sign. I have to call him and be like, send them back fast.
Yeah, you'll need them.
Oh.
No, don't worry. I won't be playing this deck again in this monthly.
Yeah, we were all debating what was going on if you had sided out Fluctuators and we're just going for beatdown because they were staying nice and far away.
I actually, in my opening hand after the mulligan, I put Haunting Misery on the bottom because I knew that if I would need a finisher, it would be that card. So I needed to make sure that one would actually, stick in my library. Yeah.
You don't have any shuffle effects that you have to worry about? I'm trying to think of what you would have.
No, not any of my own.
Yeah,
the only thing that I have to, it's Haunting that does it. So I was expecting him to have it quite early on, and he kept asking the amount of creatures in my graveyard.
Yep.
So he was trying to time it properly. He just boarded out too many creatures, I guess, because he failed to present a proper clock.
Yeah, all the choices were basically going on the basis that there was a Fluctuator coming or something.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, that's what you target. You're not going to be like Primoc Escapee.
No,
you're not going to be naming random stuff. It's like
I actually feared that he would flashback with Cabal Therapy to take the Black-Eyed Moths out of my hand. Yeah. He could then he would miss out on 4 life from the ballot, but he would be able to clear my board and he would not be able to present any threat that would either beat through his manlands or fly over them.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only plan that I feared, but yeah, he was just keeping his discard for whenever I would draw a Fluctuator.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Fluctuator never,
That was weird.
You can't play discard against them.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're all creatures that cycle and lands that cycle, it's like, not going to hit anything. It's like, I could recognize some of the creatures because I played Beasts when Goblins was a deck back in, what was that, Onslaught? Or when they had all the tribes. Probably somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I remember having Primocs and some other ones in there with Tuskers, of course.
Yeah, Tuskers are nice.
Just good. You don't run Tuskers for the ability to get the 1 or 2 basics you have?
Why bother? I'm fine being a glass getter, you know?
Yeah. It's not like you can't sack for any color, so yeah.
No, I'll do one thing, I'll do that one thing properly and just leave it at that. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. And that's fine.
And then the first game was what? You had 4 and 3 lands and creatures. You top decked the Petal and then top decked the Fluctuator?
I think so, yeah.
I think that was the order.
I top decked the Mana Source, yeah. It must have been Petal, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Fluctuator just being on the draw actually helped. If I would have been on the play, I still had 1 cycler in my hand, so it would have been enough. But yeah, it would have been close.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Thanks a lot for hosting.
Oh yeah.
I'll go take care of the kid right now.
Yep.
See you later.
Feel free to when you contact I'll post that you won, and then you guys can start working out when it works to play the finals. And then we can get a best of 5 with Fluctuator.
All right. Take care.
You too, man. Thanks. That was a crazy match, right, guys? I'm trying to remember what he has. He has to play Draco Burst. I can't remember what the match is. Before I sign out, I'll take a peek for us. David. Yes. So the final is Draco Burst or Machine Head, however you want to call it, versus Fluctuator. That was not the longest game ever. Gotta watch my games. But yeah, it was crazy. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll let you know as soon as I know when we're scheduled to do the finals. It'll be interesting getting to see Fluctuator versus Draco Burst, Machine Head, however you want to call it. But yeah, sounds good. I guess I'll get back to the real world job. Talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.